Tonight at 6, demolition, with the Duluth City Council voting last night to demolish the former Cozy Bar. A court hearing was held today to determine just how quickly the building could come down. Plus, it's primary season. Wisconsin's 7th District primary election is 1 week away. With former Congressman Sean Duffy's seat open, we hear from some candidates who are eyeing the spot. But first, it's that time of year. The legislative session has kicked off. What local lawmakers are trying to accomplish this year.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm John Cardinelli, and thanks for joining us. Kristen has the night off. Tonight, $70 million worth of projects for Duluth and St. Louis County are being considered at the state capitol as the legislative session has officially kicked off for 2020. CBS3's Anthony Matt joins us live from Capitol Hill, as he always does this time of year. Tony, we're hearing that some pretty big requests are on the table for Northland lawmakers this year.
Yeah, John, it's all about the bonding bill for the Northland down here in the Twin Cities at the state capitol this year. Now, there is a giant list of wish items for the Northland that they want state funding for. However, with the divided legislature and a shorter session, it could be a tall task to get everything approved on time. It'll be a year of requests for Duluth.
Between Duluth, the county, UMD, Lake Superior College, there's probably 6 or 8 projects there that should rise to the top of the list.
Including upgrades to WLSSD, upgrading seawalls behind the deck, and repairing the lake walk. A handful of projects for the city aimed at improving infrastructure, tourist attractions, and more.
Each of these projects has been pretty well vetted and they really are quality projects and important to our local economy.
Near Grand Rapids, state reps there are looking to make the Mississippi River corridor more attractive to private investments.
That is a real regional project that would help the economy in Itasca County.
As well as improving the Civic Center in town.
That brings in all kinds of tourism dollars because the Civic Center hosts hockey, which is big, and other events as well.
The asks from both sides of the aisle are for funding to come from a bonding bill.
We have a AAA bond rating, so it's a really good time to invest in Minnesota for these capital projects, and it will spur economic development. Passing
that will be a major task, as the House and Senate, controlled by Democrats and Republicans respectively, are separated by about $2 billion.
If we can't get it off the floor, then we're going to have to modify that bonding bill before we send it over to the Senate.
With the bonding bill the major task at hand this year, lawmakers say there will be no shortage of people's work to be done.
All of us here, all legislators, want to do as much as we can for our community and for the state.
Now, John, there are some carryover items from last year down here in St. Paul. That includes recreational marijuana bills, as well as some gun control legislation. Neither of those appear viable to pick up any steam. One that does appear that it might, though, is creating affordable insulin for diabetics. That's something that has bipartisan support and is a priority for both parties.
Now, Tony, we know there will be a new dynamic down there this year, losing Tom Bach, an Iron Range lawmaker, as the minority leader in the Senate. Does that have any impact on getting work done for the Northland?
Yeah, in short, it's still a little too early to tell on that one, John. But what we do know is that Bach leaving that position and having it taken over by Twin Cities Senator Susan Kent, it does leave a little to be desired for how the concerns of the Northland will be addressed at the state capitol this year. One thing's for sure, Bach is still a senator. He's still fighting for the Northland, as are several other lawmakers from the area fighting down here in St. Paul. John?
All right. Thank you, Tony. Well, shifting gears now, we'll check over with Dave over there. Dave, what's the weather looking like out there right now?
Right now, it's calm, but a little bit cloudy, and eventually out of the clouds, some snow is going to fall. So cloudy till about midnight, then flurries after midnight as that low pressure system from the west advances into our region. Tomorrow, it's going to be bringing snow, light for many towns, but a little bit heavier for the South Shore. So let's get a look at the day planner here for Wednesday. We all face an 80% chance for snow. Lighter for Minnesota, but perhaps heavier for the South Shore. Temperature tomorrow morning, alleged low will be about 17 above. Then by lunchtime, we'll peak in the 20s for a lot of towns. But This low pressure system will help usher in cold air on its way out, and so temperatures will already start to drop tomorrow afternoon, and the snow should finish dropping probably by Thursday morning, but that temperature trend will continue to go down for Thursday and for Friday, back below zero for our overnight lows. We'll talk about how long that's going to last coming up in a few more minutes, John.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dave. After arguing for more than an hour, still no word on the future of downtown Duluth's historic Pastorette Terrace building. A court hearing on the issue just wrapped up, and the building's former owner came armed with a $25,000 check, hoping that would be enough to help the home of the former Cozy Bar stand. This comes after last night when Duluth City Councilors approved a contract to demolish the building. City leaders recently blocked off the sidewalk outside of the fire-damaged building when bricks started falling off. City leaders have had developers interested in buying the land, but the former owners want to keep the building standing. The $25,000 the former owners came with today is not the entire amount a judge is asking for to keep their appeal going. The judge originally asked for $50,000. So now the judge is tasked with deciding if he'll accept the $25,000 check, deny it, or require the former owner to pay the full amount. City leaders had expected the judge to make the decision tonight, but the judge said he wants more time, so they plan to head back to the courtroom tomorrow. City, county, and business leaders from across northwestern Wisconsin are in Madison this week lobbying for their communities. This is a live look at the Wisconsin Capitol building in Madison, where the 35th annual Superior Days is underway. The focus of the grassroots lobbying effort this year is Medicaid and access to mental health facilities. Today, delegates met with the heads of several state agencies. Tomorrow morning, they'll hear from Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. And we are 1 week away from Wisconsin's 7th District primary election. This year, several candidates are vying for former Congressman Sean Duffy's seat. Duffy resigned from Congress in September. There will be 4 candidates on the primary ballot: Democrats Tricia Zunker and Dale Lawrence, and Republicans Jason Church and Tom Tiffany. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with some of the candidates today about how they're feeling ahead of the primaries. Emma?
That's right, John. I spoke with Democrats Tricia Zunker, Lawrence Dale, and Republicans Jason Church and Tom Tiffany. They said they are prepared and confident going into next week's primaries. Tiffany said if elected, he'd focus on providing broadband to rural areas and supporting small businesses. Zunker said one of her main goals is Medicare for all, and along with supporting farmers. Church also planned to focus his efforts on struggling farmers. And Dale, he says he's focused on supporting local farmers and small businesses. Each candidate said they're confident they'll have voter support at the polls next Tuesday.
I feel like we've gained a lot of momentum. You know, the support is groundswelling right now. And northern Wisconsin, we like an outsider running for office. We like an outsider in office.
Oh, I'm feeling very good. I've been campaigning hard throughout the district, earning a number of endorsements. I feel extremely confident about this primary.
Me and my team, we've been crisscrossing the district every day, delivering our message, and we feel really good about the election coming up.
But I think the people of the 7th, you know, at least they have an option. They know that there's somebody here that's going to fight for them.
Now, if elected, Zunker would be the first Native American from Wisconsin to hold a seat in Congress. Church is a decorated Army veteran who was awarded the Purple Heart. And Tom Tiffany is a former member of the Wisconsin State Assembly and has been endorsed by Sean Duffy. And Dale says he has spent much of his campaign knocking on doors and meeting with locals all throughout the 7th District. And now the 7th District primaries take place on February 18th. And we'll send it back to you, John.
All right, thank you, Emma. It's primary day in New Hampshire, and voters there weighing in on who they want to be the Democratic nominee for president. Candidates showed up today to thank supporters and encourage a strong turnout. Polls show Senator Bernie Sanders, who won the New Hampshire primary back in 2016, in the lead, followed by Pete Buttigieg. Meanwhile, Senator Amy Klobuchar has surged in the last few days. She is now placing third in some polls by appealing to New Hampshire's many independents. President Trump also had many supporters drumming up support in New Hampshire today. The president won New Hampshire's Republican primary in 2016, but narrowly lost the state in the general election. We'll be sure to give you the latest updates coming up tonight at 10. Duluth police arrested 3 men yesterday in connection to a deadly opioid overdose last year. Officers arrested 29-year-old Jesse Wayne Merrill, 30-year-old Seth Daniel Nelson and 30-year-old artist Samuel Sanders on Monday. The arrests stem from an incident back on October 22nd, 2019. That's when police discovered the body of a 41-year-old woman. An autopsy showed an overdose of fentanyl and heroin caused her death. The suspects were arrested for aiding and abetting third-degree murder. All three suspects have had former felony convictions in Minnesota. They're still awaiting formal charges. A 4-month investigation by the Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force led to the arrests. The amount of meth seized in Minnesota is skyrocketing. According to Minnesota's violent crimes enforcement teams, the amount of meth seized last year was up 640% from 5 years ago. The other drug seizures are also on the rise, including cocaine, heroin, and prescription pills. Investigators say most of the heroin seized contains fentanyl. The Duluth School District is considering whether to postpone redrawing school district boundaries following an outcry from parents. Right now, district administration is recommending the school board take a two-phase approach as the process continues. The first phase would tackle elementary schools and the district's language immersion programs with implementation set for fall 2021. The second phase includes the formation of a work group to do more research and develop recommendations for high school boundaries. Duluth hired a consulting firm last spring to address overcrowding disparities and space for the district's immersion programs. We'll have the latest from today's meeting on the CBS3 News at 10. Still to come on live local CBS3, 3 rescued wildcats are calling Minnesota their new home, but they have no names. How you can help next.
Today's high temp made it to 25 degrees. Tomorrow we might be pretty close, at least early on. Tomorrow afternoon, though, temperatures start to go down. Thursday will be Arctic, and in between, a couple of inches of snow should fly tomorrow. We'll talk about where they'll stick coming up after our break.
We're in, we're out, we're back on the road. Let's go. Here we go. Pick them up, put them down. Get on in there, get a snack, go to the bathroom. Everybody goes to the bathroom. Make sure the cat goes to the bathroom. We are not stopping anywhere else. The youth will go to the bathroom. Wait, who's that guy? When do we pick him up? All right.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Leave with the savings.
The great outdoors is headed indoors for the Duluth Sports Show and Northland Deer Classic. Stroll through the Rainforest Animal Exhibit. View the wonder and majesty of the ocean and more at the virtual reality experience. Visit the Pheasant Forever Youth Village. Take a selfie at the interactive 3D street art illusion. Marvel over a world-class shed antler display. Attend seminars on RVing, fishing, and hunting. Family fun starts Wednesday at the Deck in Duluth. MinnesotaSportsShow.com.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
You know what President Trump needs in Congress? More people with Wisconsin common sense, like Tom Tiffany. Tiffany will help Trump drain the swamp with tough term limits. He has a plan to cut red tape on job-producing industries like logging and mines, rolling back Obama's overreach. And Tiffany is serious about finally passing the balanced budget amendment. A Wisconsin original. Tom Tiffany, conservative Republican for Congress. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Boss, we may have something here.
You're up. We got a dead body. Pocahontas today. We are running out of time.
The suspect is testing us. Let's not let him down.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
An Alberta clipper is coming our way, and like clippers do, it'll bring a little bit of light snow to Minnesota, but it'll also bring northerly winds. And then you throw the lake in the middle, that means a little lake aggravation for the South Shore. So snow totals there could be a little bit heavier than a clipper tends to bring. Because of that, tomorrow in through Wednesday morning, maybe even noon Thursday, or actually Wednesday morning to about noon Thursday, winter weather advisory for folks in the snow belt. Right now it looks like the UP is off the hook, but we'll update you if that does change. And later on here in the newscast, we'll show you the estimated snow totals that'll be coming around. But right now we start with the current conditions at the airport. It's 23 degrees, warm now, but this time tomorrow afternoon, the cool down may already be starting. Relative humidity is 65%. The wind is southwesterly 10 miles per hour, and by this time tomorrow night it may be northwesterly and going towards 20. So we may have to throw a wind chill advisory on top of this as well. It's very wintry next couple of days. Temperature-wise, though, still mild at this hour. 22 from Watersmeet to Ironwood into Ashland, and you lose just a degree going down south to Hayward. Stays that way through Solon Springs. 26 closer to the lake in Superior. 27 for Moose Lake, Barnum, and Willow River. 21 degrees from Silver Bay down towards Two Harbors, and you go up Highway 1 to Ely. They're there as well. 24 degrees Hibbing. I'll bet Virginia's pretty close. 25 Grand Rapids and 27 International Falls. Tomorrow, high temps may be similar to this in the morning. Then in the afternoon, a cold front comes and sends temperatures plunging. All right, tonight we're looking for clouds to increase as this Alberta clipper comes our way. And after midnight through tomorrow morning, maybe just some flurries, but straight up snow is more likely tomorrow in through Thursday morning as the low pressure system gets closer to our region. And then, of course, once the snow ends tomorrow night for most towns, come Thursday morning, this cold front will plow through the area and send temperatures down to 15, 20, 25 degrees below zero. How much snow are we going to get then? Well, I think for most of us, like a clipper usually does, it won't bring that much. 1 to 3 inches spread over a day. Pretty easy to take for Minnesota and inland parts of Wisconsin, but the snow belt could run 3 to 6, and the upper elevations could be in that 6-inch range. So, as always, just a little bit of snow for some towns. Still drive cautiously. Now, low temperatures tonight are going to run quite a range. 2 below International Falls to as warm as 20 for Park Point, and for Minnesotans, indeed, flurries are possible. Tonight in Wisconsin and Michigan, one more mild night, 17 to 20 above, with flurries coming around after midnight. Then for tomorrow, early on, Wisconsin, Michigan, high temps mid to upper 20s. Light to moderate snow comes across tomorrow afternoon especially. And then for Minnesotans, it's more light snow with highs anywhere from only 5 near International Falls to 25 by the lake. And again, that's early on because that cold front cuts like a knife and sends even Duluth Superior to 16 below Thursday morning. 25, 30 below possible further inland. It stays clear and sunny and cold through Friday, but then by the weekend, John, we mellow out again back into the 20s with just a 40% chance for flurries to decorate things come Saturday.
27 is going to feel real nice coming from 12 off of Friday.
You know, and if you start to think about the low temp International Falls, maybe 30 below to 30 above, 60-degree temperature swing, get out the swimsuits.
All right, thank you, Dave. The Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone recently took in 3 orphaned cougar kittens, and they want your help naming them. Officers found 2 of the kittens under the deck of a house in the state of Washington back in January. The 3rd kitten was captured a day later. The kittens were sent to the sanctuary because they're too young to survive on their own. It's unclear what happened to their mother. The Wildcat Sanctuary is home to 9 other wild-born cougars orphaned in the last decade. You can head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com, for information on how to submit name ideas. Well, Kelly Hinsett's here. What's coming up next in sports, Kelly?
Oh, my goodness. We got playoff hockey this week. Crazy enough, we're already here. We're going to preview the Proctor Hermantown CEC game tomorrow night. That's next.
Come on down and win at the Bear.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Being a disabled veteran and to have a tooth pain on top of severe PTSD will take you down in the dump. After several denials, when I went to Aspen Dental, they gave me a free exam, free x-rays. The doctor comes in and he's like, you are in pain, so we're going to get you taken care of. I had no insurance.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes to flexible hours and payment options. Yes to 30% off dental services. And yes, we'll take care of you no matter what. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL today.
This Valentine's Day at Papa Murphy's, heat things up to 425 degrees. Right now, get the Heartbaker Pizza, our signature pepperoni pizza in the shape of a heart for just $9. Fall in love with one today for just $9. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Hurry in today for Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. For a limited time, enjoy any burger, crispy fries, and a slice of our famous pie. It's dinner, dessert, and a deal. Only at Perkins.
Okay, here we go.
Small-town America, dreams hold fast, but good jobs seem like a thing of the past, and more of our kids have to leave in search of opportunity, making small towns smaller. Mike Bloomberg knows a little something about opportunity. As a business leader and mayor, he created hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs, so he intends to finally invest in our infrastructure and partner with community colleges to prepare the next generation for next-generation jobs. Because small towns still have big dreams, and Mike intends to fight for them.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Okay, we're done.
Do you know what the U of M does for you? From hooves to hands and paws to possibilities. Discover how the University of Minnesota is making medical advances for all Minnesotans.
At Miller Hill Subaru, we believe in the mission of saving homeless pets and placing as many as possible in loving homes. Nearly 800 pets have been given a second chance through the Subaru Love a Pet adoption event in the past 12 years. We sponsor rescue groups near and far who share in this mission. And it's clear our amazing community supports adoption, welcoming these deserving pets to their forever homes. This is what collaboration and commitment to our community means to us.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It'll be a matchup for the ages, folks, tomorrow night. Two of the best girls' high school hockey teams in the Northland, really in the state of Minnesota, will battle it out for a trip to the state tournament. For the Proctor Hermantown Mirage, it will be the team's third consecutive title. The first under first-year head coach Emma Stauber. The Mirage ended their season on an 8-game win streak, while the Cloquet Esco Carleton girls team notched a historic regular season, winning a program best 17 games in a row. For the Mirage, though, it's all about sticking to the game plan.
Play our game. That's been our motto ever since we kind of got in our rhythm before Christmas. It's just all about us. We got to take care of what we need to do. And make teams adjust to us.
Last week we had great practices leading up to the game. We got ready for the game. We focused on what we needed to work on, and I know they're a great team. You know, they got a solid first line for sure with Bender and Nelson. I expect a very good game on Wednesday.
And puck drop is tomorrow night at 7:00 p.m. at St. Luke's Sports and Event Center. We'll have highlights and a preview tomorrow night. Today, section seats for boys high school hockey were revealed. For Section 7A, Hermantown has earned the top seed. The Hawks have lost just one game all season, and at 8-1-4, they outscored their section opponents 43-7 this season. Hermantown will look to rebound after their section finals loss to Greenway last year. Now, Duluth-Denfeld is the section second seed. The Hunters rank 10th in the Class Single A QRF. They're followed by Greenway at 3 and Evelyn Gilbert at 4. International Falls at 5 and Virginia MIB checks in at 6. The play-in games are this Saturday. Ely will be in Proctor for the right to take on Hermantown, while North Shore heads to Hibbing. The winner there will head to Hermantown. To UMD women's hockey, 3 Bulldogs have earned WCHA weekly honors. Defenseman Ashton Bell, forward Gabby Hughes, and goaltender Maddie Rooney. Bell ended the weekend with 3 points against Ohio State, while Hughes had a hand in 6 out of the Bulldogs' 9 total goals. And Maddie Rooney helped backstop the Dogs to a sweep over Ohio State with a 40-plus save performance each night. They're at Minnesota State Mankato this weekend. At 26-23 on the season, the Minnesota Wild, believe it or not, are only a few games back from backing their way into an NHL playoff spot. So the blockbuster trade that sent Jason Zucker to Pittsburgh is looking to fulfill instant gratification rather than just planning for the team's future. In return for Zucker, a guy who's been in Minnesota since 2010, the Wild get 25-year-old Alex Galchenyuk, a defensive prospect, Kalen Anderson, and a 2020 conditional first-round draft pick. GM Bill Guerin stresses that the team is right there, and if players aren't, when it comes to the playoffs, more trades could be coming.
I can promise you this, if there is quit, there will be more trades. So I wholeheartedly expect this team to compete for a playoff spot. We're right there, and if there's any signs of anybody taking their foot off the gas, that will be an indication.
That is a threat. And Wild play Vegas Golden Knights tonight. Galchenyuk will make a start in that, so we'll see where they go from here. They've backed themselves into a playoff spot before. Let's see if they can do it again.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Kelly. Now, before we go, guys, check out these skills. Sonia's a 5-year-old French bulldog, and she rode her skateboard around an indoor skate park in Russia over the weekend. The dog and her owner visit the skate park once or twice a week. Dimitri says Sonia showed an interest in skateboards as a puppy, and as you can clearly see right there, her talent came quite naturally. Well, I wish I had a dog that was that cool. I almost think she skateboards better than I can.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely skateboards better than I can. I can't even stand up on the board.
And I haven't done it since the 70s. That was my era, so.
Well, weather, people are definitely not getting on their skateboards, are they, this weekend?
No, snowboards, though, perhaps, because we're looking at some fresh snow coming our way tomorrow. 80% chance for maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow for Minnesota, perhaps 3 to 6 for the snow belt. Then clear and cold come Thursday and for Valentine's Day on Friday.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dave. That's the news for now. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.
CBS